people out there in the world. You already know what it is. You got your three favorite guys from your favorite podcast, the Three Man Weave Podcast. It's your favorite guy, Cannon. I'm with you as always. Plus, I got my two counterparts.
You already know who it is. It's your boy Hill. He'll go Hill regardless, baby. Let's get it.
And we back. No Titans breaking protocol. You know what it is. AJL Presidente. We back in it, man. I missed y'all. Hey, but I want to thank the supporters for holding it down in my absence.
That's a fact. They definitely stepped it up for you. You know what I'm saying? That's why they here, and that's why we love them. That's why we need them. We're a voice of the people, so definitely need the supporters as always. This is episode 83. I know y'all can catch us on all major podcast platforms. 3Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3Man Weave _ You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. I want to thank everybody on the YouTube viewership, everybody in the 3Man Weave Facebook group. Let's get it. Oh man, I cannot stop playing this Benny the Butcher, man.
Listen. Hey. Man, listen, I don't know who and what Griselda is trying to do, but the fact that they drop something every single week and it's been fire, like I can't keep up. It's just you can't even sit with something. It's just like, why would you do this? And next thing you know, here come Conway with some fire, or here come West with some fire, and you know, like it's just like it's back to back. Like this is what Master P was talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But consistent heat.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, fire. It's like, and then in this wave that we're in, this kind of like microwave society that we don't really get to digest
a lot of anything.
The fact that you got replay value, man, is letting you know, and you putting out at this rate. And I was late to the Griselda wave, and I'm so glad that I was late because now I'm catching the growth that they got. So I'm like,
yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
I was late to the Griselda wave too, because my first project that I listened from Griselda was West Side Gun, and out of all of them, he's the one where it's like it kind of got to grow.
Yeah.
And so West Side,
I don't like him. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I don't like West Side Gun.
Yeah,
but
I respect what he does for Griselda though. So,
but I mean, together, you know, it is what it is. But as far as Benny go, it's like all of the best rappers that I have listened to in my lifetime have been introduced to me by my older brother. And he, as y'all know, over the summer, you know, we had the verses. We had our own little versus battles going, and he was consistently trying to get somebody to go to war with Benny. And I'm like, yo, you really sold on Benny like that? And he sent me, you know, his little playlist or whatever. And I'm like, yo, I'm sold. And every time I question him about somebody like that, I end up being sold because he got good taste in music. But I agree with everything y'all saying about Griselda. They consistently giving you that work out here. So it's like, hey, good music. And the replay value that you speak of, Hill, is only because it's the same thing that DMX said. You can't, the real, you can't fake on it. Yeah. You know what I mean? You cannot fake on the real. And so it's like, it's not watered down. It's not nothing fake. This is real, relatable music. And so that's where the replay value is coming in at.
100%.
So what do we my fault, AJ.
Go ahead.
So what do we think? Because you know how the internet does in this area. You know, they gotta compare you to something. They just can't let you just rap. They can't let your movement just be your movement. They can't just accept you for who you are. They gotta compare you to somebody. So what about these comparisons that we seeing about, you know, him being compared to Pusha? You know, how we feel about that?
I don't really like the comparison. And I mean, you know, I just don't get it. I just like to look at artists for who they are. I mean, sometimes you can listen to an artist and you could say, oh, when I used to listen to Sean a little bit, I could hear a little bit of Biggie sound, but they didn't rap anything alike. So it's like I could see where people are getting a comparison, but to me, they totally different rappers. And it's like they totally different eras. So it's like, you know, just because they both keep it real, that's the one thing about both of them that, you know, I do agree with.
I understand why people are making the comparison. One, because people just can't help but make comparisons. People just can't allow someone to flourish individual. They always want to pitch you against somebody. But what I can say is I really don't see where there's a comparison necessarily because their styles are different. Because it's more with Push, it's more metaphors. With Benny, it's more just look. I'm just gonna tell you straight up, but I'm gonna make it sound good. It's gonna be a straight up story. This is what it's gonna be, but I'm giving it to you straight. It ain't really no, you know,
he got a few
complicated bars. It's not gonna be nothing that's gonna go over your head. It's just like, look, I'm gonna give you some hot, truthful shit you can believe.
I think the comparison became because of their content is kind of similar.
Yeah, coke bars.
You know, it's similar. But my thing is sometimes somebody benefit from the era that they was in. Like I think Griselda is definitely beneficial for the era that they're in because, like we said on here before, that you don't have to. You can be who you are. It's a streaming era. You can get your fan base and build off that fan base. You don't have to really gravitate towards the mainstream if you really don't want to. Like Pusha came in the Clips era. I mean, that you had to sell records, so you had to have hits, and then the Pusha music that he's making now is definitely, you know, what he's wanted to do probably his entire time. And who's to say that, let's say if Pusha came out now the same time as Griselda did, could they be the same? Could they blow up the same? Could it be the same type of wave? Could it be the same? I mean, I get the comparisons. I get why they trying it. I hate it. And I understand why, like, you know, Benny was, you know, push off about it. Like, don't do this to me. Don't compare me. Yeah, don't compare me. And I feel the same way if I was pushing. Like, don't compare me to what they got going on.
Absolutely.
We
come
from two different places. We got two different, you know, experience. Yeah, there may be some similarities, but these are two different spots of the world. They from Buffalo, bro. We ain't never heard this before. and that's where you gotta really respect it, man. It's just like. Nothing's come out of there. Nothing's come out of there before.
But wings.
And for something to come out of there, that tough, for something to come out there that feels that rugged, it's like you gotta respect it and don't compare them to nobody else. Because also, you know, right now, technically they still have a New York sound, but it's almost like they're doing it their own way. And it's not that they're riding anybody's coattails or anything like that. You could tell that this was something that they built up from, you know, street level, you know, local legends, and now it just so happened to blow up, but they still doing it the same way.
This is what we from our age, this is what we accustomed to. This is what New York sound like to us. Like we used to it. So it gives us a nostalgia feeling that wow, this is what we are really accustomed to hearing. And it's a good feeling to hear because, like I said, we're a little bit older than the younger generation, so they don't. Their newer New York sound is way different from what we accustomed to knowing what actually New York sounds like.
Because I got tired of New York
sounding like the South now.
And I got tired of it for a minute. What's up, though, Nichelle? I seen Nichelle say, "What's up, guys?" in the chat. Rose and King and Chris is in the chat. All the support.
Nichelle got the legs out in their picture. Okay, Nichelle.
My guy Chris in here, you already know what's going on. Hey, it's official, fellas. AB signed that 1-year deal with Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. And I like when we get breaking news, right?
Hey, and like I always say, the rich get richer.
Are they rich?
I was about to say they might be upper middle class.
Compared to my team, they are rich. I'm speaking from Washington football team standpoint.
I mean, but Washington and Cincinnati third world countries right now. So
that's what I'm saying. So that's rich, bro. They filthy rich. So look, man, this is my thing, and this is what I have been saying to both of you. It makes no sense to me that a team with weapons already is going after AB, and it was, I think he was gonna. It was talking about him signing with Seattle too. So it's like, bro, Seattle is a Super Bowl contender. It's like, why are they always? Why are these teams the ones to go for? And it's like the teams that are mediocre or straight up trash are just sitting back. You don't even want to take a risk on AB. You need to be gambling on something. The Redskins, the Washington football team just came out with reports this week that they feel like Cam Sims, who I've been asking for to get put into the lineup for 3 years, is going to have a big role going forward. But it's like, you didn't take a look at Dez Bryant or Antonio Brown. And it's like, I just don't understand the ideology or the philosophy of these mediocre to trash teams. And this is the reason why they continue to be trash.
And that's exactly why.
But because remember, when teams feel like they got a chance, they gonna go for it. Because remember, right after that Jaguars run, we was like, how the hell they got this much cap? And they just was signing everybody. And then the Rams went for it. We like, how the hell they just keep signing everybody? They went for it.
Yeah.
And then guess what? It looked like the Baltimore Ravens. They going for it. So when you a team that really want it, you gonna go for it and you gonna make it happen. The other teams that like, I swear for God, bro, like how many times have I complained to y'all about the Bengals? Just like, yo, y'all know what y'all weakness is. Why are y'all just sitting here not doing nothing? And y'all got these people like that are coming available that fit your needs, and y'all are not making no moves.
I don't get it.
You know what your weaknesses are. And so my whole thing is when team, like you can tell, when a team want to win, they gonna go for it. And it's like I said before, like I said in the previous episode, a lot of these owners, it's like they trying to get a whole bunch of open box specials to try and just put a product out there, and they still know that guess what? Y'all still gonna come see us and support us anyway. So guess what? I'm gonna just maximize my dollar, and I'm gonna put y'all something out here where y'all gonna be like, okay, we still gonna come out here. Because at the end of the day, like I said before, it's been proven. Now we will still watch bad football, regardless of how bad it is. It's some teams out there who ain't won nothing ever and still have sellouts.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, to me, I'm just like, look, man, you can tell when an owner is fully invested because he gonna go for it. Because half the time, these owners owning these teams, that's their side hustle. That's something they doing for fun. So they just like, look, let's see what we can do. If I'm gonna make some money, I'm gonna be rich. People gonna know my name and stuff like that. And that's it. You out of there.
But just like y'all already said, we trying to understand why these teams don't go for it. Or, teams like the Cowboys always say, "Oh, we like our guys, and we're not gonna bring nobody in." Blah blah blah. It's the reason why we're trash. It's the reason why our phone group is called Mediocre Team. There's no need to harp on that because we can stay there forever. I want to talk about the fit, and I'm not initially sold. And based off what Cannon said you already had weapons. Mind you, okay, you're off a high. You beat the Packers. You beat a good team, probably one of the number one team, upper echelon teams that's in the NFC. You beat them. You're on the high. You're always trying to get better. I understand that. But you have a chemistry issue on your team already. You have a chemistry issue. Mike Evans hasn't been fully healthy. He's been, productive still. Chris Godwin he's been in and out. Scott,
and that's why I like it.
It sounds good. But these is people that think they're somebody already. I get it. Mike Evans already got his money.
And they are. But the beauty of it is here, AB is on the thinnest of ice in the league, right? So I can sit up here and tell AB, look, you just need to go to practice and show up. And you're going to be a backup to one of these two right now, right? And you need to make or don't come. Right? You need to be ready. But when you're going to get some reps in a game, period, you're going to be out there, make the best. And as you do, I'll put you in more if you deserve more time. But right now, you're on the thinnest of ice. So I'm not bringing you in like you're a superstar AB. I'm not. That's dead.
And so the reason why I do like this move is because I know you said you already have established players. But for me, it's just like, like it's only gonna make you tougher to defend because now you lost OJ Howard for the season, but now this gives you another option. Most teams they stay in nickel anyway. Why? Because most teams are going 3 wide now. Now it's like, okay, I'm a shade to Mike Evans. You still got 2 other players that can beat you over the top and across the middle. It's not like AB and Chris Godwin are just slot receivers and only do those short to intermediate routes. They can beat you deep as well as the short and intermediate routes. So it's almost like all three of your options on the field have the entire route tree to their disposal. So it's gonna open up your route combinations, and it's just gonna confuse the defense so much more. And I think it's like, huh?
But
100%.
But it could also not work. I'm just saying.
Thank you.
I like it so far. I like the risk. That's why the Bucs are better than the Washington football team right now, and the other mediocre to trash teams that we're talking about, because they're not willing to take the risk.
But here's my thing. My thing is, you got somebody that's accustomed to getting 10 catches a game. And the fact
you also got somebody that was in a straitjacket when he had to go to court. So bring your ass in here and shut the fuck up.
But he's not part of the movement. We don't know.
Hey, I'm
have
gonna
we
tell
seen
him that.
humble AB? He ain't been hiding. He's been in interviews. He's been talking. This is not a humble. We don't know
be
that
a part of this.
We are thinking about it. We are hoping that he is.
Exactly.
He been on interviews still bashing people. Somebody asked him before he even signed. They said, "Hey, they could use you on the Bears." He like, "Oh nah, what I'm going to the Bears for? To go with Nick Foles?" Like
he want to make a run. So you're gonna have to do.
They started one.
Exactly. That's why he want to be a part. But he don't. I mean, the Bears are 5-1. But do he believe in the Bears?
Why not? Why he couldn't take them over the top?
But do you believe in the Bears? Because
the ball gonna go over the top when he try to run and missing by 10 yards.
But that's the ball gonna get there. It's like I say, he's the
AB is a specialist at taking a short route, so he can take that slant from Tom or that dig. He can take that. So it's like he's the intermediate king. He's the yak. That's what he do. So it's like I don't gotta beat you deep 40 yards down the field. So it's like I just need accurate passes, and Tom is gonna be more accurate than Nick Foles. Or it's a possibility that it could be Mitch. So it's like I don't want to be a part of that if I'm AB.
I know you were responding, and I get that. I don't want to seem like I was vouching for him.
I
just want to make that clear. I'm just saying that he's not this is not AB. Like I said, I can be wrong. He can come in there,
and I could too. Well, we laying both sides out there for everybody. We changing the narrative.
But like, here's my thing. The reason why I like it here is because it's like it's an open box special. It's like you see a 50-inch TV just sitting on the corner. Somebody threw it out, and you pick it up. Next thing you know, all it needs is a little bulb change. Next thing you know, you got a 50 screen TV for $50.
Yeah.
And if it don't work, oh well, you didn't really lose much because that's what happens when he signed this little weak ass 1 year
also
deal.
Can bring insects.
I can get rid of him.
Your crib. With that TV.
I can get some rain.
But I'm just like to Hill's point. It is a double-edged sword. It could pay off. It could not. I'm leaning right now. I'm leaning more towards the side that AJ's on. I'm thinking that in hindsight, when we look back, we'll think that this was a good move by the Bucs. I don't think it could hurt you to add talent.
I mean, get the talent and then figure it out. We always gonna go with that. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm just not gonna be hyped because they have a chemistry issue. He don't, like you said, he's still cussing people out.
But those aren't. But he be cussing bums out. Have we ever seen him cuss top dogs out?
Everybody can get it when it's time.
I'm just saying he's gonna come to Mike Evans' team and cuss Mike Evans out. I don't see it, bro.
I would have much rather seen AB go to Seattle just because of what they could do. Because with Russell and his mobility and his arm,
he did not go to Seattle
and being able to get it downfield. So I think that would have been a better fit.
Thank God.
Because one out route to AB, it might be going back the other way because Tom Winston been throwing it to the other team a little bit for these pick sixes. So I just think AB's talents would have been better utilized for Seattle But I still think with the weapons that they have, it's still going to be a matchup nightmare. And just want to shout out my guy Eric. What's up for joining us, man? Thanks for joining us.
But it's cracking lacking.
I see him throwing hands before the end of the year. It's like, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, this is like,
I just don't see it because look, Mike Evans is a solidified guy in the league. If I'm Mike Evans, I'm not letting no outsider come to a team that I've been established on and run me off anything. That's what it ain't gonna be. You're going to join me, bro. Period.
The reason why I'm not worried about Mike because he got his money. He got his money.
And
Darwin ain't got his money yet.
But he also don't play like a hoe. He shows up. So it's like
I'll never forget what Mike Evans did to I think it was Terrence Newman. He was blocking him downfield, lifted that boy up off his feet. I'm so glad we cut his ass. I was like, man, if you don't get the hell off my field, you let this grown ass man pick you up in the air.
But as we on this, while we still on the topic of teams going forward, good team. Let's talk about the Ravens. They made some moves.
Yeah, they went out. Is it official? They got
it's official.
Yeah,
they got my dog.
No, and Ngakoue, that's official. That's official.
Okay. All right. The other one is they still waiting on the physical and everything.
Yeah, but that's still a practice squad thing. So
hey, it's something.
Bro. You see, I got the jersey on for a reason.
You bring him into the practice squad. He can, bro. If he comes to my practice squad, he would be on the team the very next day after the first day of practice. Because
here's my thing about that trade. Why, like, it's perplexing to me the amount of players, quality players, that have been getting traded like from this offseason and into the season for like minimal draft picks. And I've always asked this, like, who was it that got traded for a 7th round pick this offseason? I can't remember.
Was it Jarrell
Casey? Yeah, Jarrell Casey. I'm like,
that wasn't even worth it.
This is a great player for a 7th round pick. Your 7th, like your 7th round pick comes to camp and gets cut and then get picked up by another team 9 times out of 10. Why aren't more teams like playing with these, late round picks? And so the reason why I'm really talking about this is because I root for a team who believes on building in the draft, and that's why they've been building a bunch of ass. Like, go out and get some established players. Like why? Like when you have a draft pick, you're basically holding a lottery ticket. This shit could either hit or miss. Why not go out and get an established player? Especially you look at some of these players, like the Jets got Quinnen Williams on the block. He was a top 3 draft pick. People looked at him as the best prospect coming out of that draft.
Yeah, I don't know.
Teams are talking about like the Jets talking about we can't get a premium draft pick for them.
They jetting.
It's the Jets. So you can think like,
why would I give you a premium draft pick?
But then think about it, the Jets are so trash. You be like, my coaching staff is better than the Jets. I know if he got talent, I can do better than that. Why not be like, yo, I'll give y'all a 3rd round pick,
7th, like you said.
Like I give you one of these late round picks, especially someone like him. He only 22 years old. That's like bringing in a rookie.
Yeah,
that got talent.
Yeah, and he definitely has talent. He just need to be coached up.
Who says Yannick is a problem in the locker room? I just felt like he didn't want to be with the Jags. Would you?
No, I mean, he's saying that's why, because I guess Eric got inside. He might got inside information on that right there,
I think the Vikings season isn't going as well as they just trying to tank. Because they lost Daniil. They announced Daniil Hunter's out for the season as well.
Yep.
So you give up your best pass rusher and your second best pass rusher is out for the season already. That further lets me know that you're building for the future. You're clearly tanking. I mean, you just clearly. I mean,
it's clear as day. It's clear as day. But how do you that quickly go from
that's a first
trying to win to tanking?
Because you can see it.
I know. I see it. I'm with you, but I'm trying to get into the philosophy or the mindset of the team. We literally was just trying to win it 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. And then
And now
so redirect your focus. Redirect your focus
to tanking that quick. Like, I mean, we're not gonna try plan B or C first. We literally gonna go from one end of the spectrum to the other.
Okay, remember when we talked about the Haskins, right? When the Haskins mentioned, right? You said, hey, the NFC East is wide open. Why not go for it? Right?
Yeah,
right?
Okay, but hold on. He clearly don't have what it takes.
No.
And
It's
Ron said that.
It's not about Haskins, bro. It's not about Haskins. You said, let's go for it, right? And but your question was, why did you go from going for it, then next day, 2 weeks later, you're tanking?
Yeah.
Well, you got two teams in your division. That's good. That's okay. The Bears is 5-1, and the Packers just lost. So you got two teams that you got to catch in your own division. You're not going to catch them. You know what? So you know what?
You could catch the Bears, bro. I'm not a believer that the Bears are just going to trend like this all season. It's very well possible.
No,
but if I'm the Vikings, I'm not buying that.
But what he's saying is when it's teams ahead of you that you know that you can't catch. And you already down in the dust.
I understand that, but what I'm saying, if I'm supposed to be on this team and we have some talent because they're clearly trying to get rid of them, they're trading them away, why wouldn't I just say let's try it? And we got a couple more weeks. We had a couple more weeks to the trade deadline. Why do we pull the trigger now? So it's like, I don't know, man.
But the thing, okay, now you go for it. You try it. Like, let's say you try it, right? And then you fail. Then you didn't just lessen your draft position when you could have been purposely tanking. Not even purposely tanking. Just I'm trying to figure out it was a cute word.
That's what they're doing. It's purposely tanking.
It's been a cute word in front of it because it's been floating around in the Cowboys thing. So I've been trying to figure out the word before tanking. It's not just it's something tanking. It's like
something for the future.
It's something. It's a pretty cute word that they keep trying to. It's not like purposely tanking. But it's just like you just tank it just because, like, conveniently tank it. I'm gonna just say that you conveniently tank it.
Yeah, that's BS to me.
But like I said, the Ravens is going for it. The Ravens, they clearly need. Do they clearly need pass rushing help? You can never have enough. You can never have enough. So you go and add
that's one of the most like that's a premium position in the NFL. Like when you in the NFL, you know. It's quarterback, pass rusher, cornerback, wide receiver, and tackle. Man, hey Rose, don't ever send me no disrespectful trade like that while I'm on air ever again.
He tried to take advantage of
that. Rose,
he's like I'm not paying attention.
He literally is like, I can get him, bro. Let me see if he can multitask. He up
there
trying to do the pod.
Anyway, no
when I see his name, I'm like decline.
No, it's a bird. But I'm happy for my guy. I'm happy for my guys. Y'all can see I got my Dez Bryant jersey on. I know he's signed to the practice squad at first. I'm just happy that he's back in the league, and I hope that he gets a chance to show that his talents is not gone completely. I know he's older. I know he dealt with some injuries. I just want to show that he can still produce, and he's on the team. I think that's a perfect fit for him. He just looked like a Raven. He looked like a Raven. He's tough. You know what I'm saying? And you just thought he's gonna be a red zone threat. He's still a red zone threat. I've been watching. I still follow Dez. I've been watching his routes progress. He's running some of the best routes if he's ever run.
Yeah,
he's never been a great route runner. So, like I said, I'm hoping for my guy.
But he's a strong route runner. That's always been his thing, man. Dez is hard to tackle. He's going to be. He's another person like AB. Like when he take a slant, like your corner's getting dropped. When it comes to Dez just trying to tackle Dez one-on-one, so or your nickel back, he's definitely getting dropped. So hey, I like it because the Ravens need a big body receiver, someone that could just box out for Lamar and just and get a first down when they need it. Or like you
Lamar
said,
like to throw to the tight ends. He like to throw to the tight ends.
He like that. Or like you said, he'll get you in the red zone, hit that fade or that back shoulder, and boom.
You
already know what it is.
You can see that. So,
it's gonna be weird to see it in purple though.
And not for me. I'm happy.
I mean, I'm happy for sure.
Boy,
but it's still gonna be weird.
Put him in that all black, boy. That boy gonna pull up for him.
Pull it up.
Pull it up. Pull it.
Oh man.
So Eric asks, can we please address this absurdity of Trevor Lawrence staying at Clemson one more year so he doesn't have to get drafted by the Jets? Let me hop in here first.
Go ahead. I know you. Yeah, go ahead.
First off, what the fuck was Travis Etienne thinking by going back to college football? Like, first of all, bro, you are a running back. You are at the one position that they don't care about. As soon as they pull you off the lot, your value depreciates. So go to the NFL. You would have been at least a second round pick. You would have came out as probably the best running back in the draft. Why are you going back to school? For what? For who? For why? And now look at you, Freeman. You sitting out here in a season that don't nobody really care about because everybody catching COVID. Ain't nobody paying attention to college football. And you could have been at least making a couple $100,000 to $1 million. And you went back to school. And so that's why I say Trevor Lawrence, so what? Because guess what? Trevor Lawrence, you're good. So if you go back to school to not play for the Jets, next year you're gonna play for a shitty team too.
Can I go?
No matter what.
AJ? Can I go?
No matter what. That's a fact, AJ. No matter what, he's gonna be on the trash team.
I know it's funny. We've been bashing the Jets for a couple weeks, and the Jets look like they don't know what they're doing. The Jets are not that historically bad of a franchise. Like, they have a bad head coach that they're going to get rid of. They're going to get rid of Adam Gase. They're going to break this thing completely down. Yes, they're going to get rid of him at the end of the season. It's no way. He's not.
They're really going the whole season.
I mean, it don't matter. He got to go regardless.
But you're gonna let him go, Pat. If he goes 0-8, you're gonna let that ride.
Yeah, because I want him to go 0-16. I want to solidify getting Trevor.
I don't think you can let a coach go 0-16.
If I'm the front office, I need to solidify. I'm 0-16. I don't want to mess this up because I don't want to have to trade up and go get Trevor. I want to go ahead and tank for Trevor.
Because like I said, just one win, and now it's you and the Washington football team.
You feel what I'm saying? Now you messed it up. So now you need to keep Adam Gase.
Cincinnati Bengals not getting him.
You breaking the coach.
But that means you got to trade the farm for him, baby.
No, we ain't gonna trade. We just gonna let y'all pick whoever you gonna pick, and he gonna be number 2. If y'all get number 1,
might be in a full body cast the way it's looking in Cincinnati.
You just got to trade. You're just gonna have to get the right coach. And I understand that sounds way easier from here, but you get the right coach in that system. The Jets are, you know what I'm saying, they just not that historically just that as a franchise that they don't know exactly what they're doing. You'll fix it. And New York is a big market. Trevor, come on now. Go ahead. Stop all this stupidness and talking about going back to school. You shouldn't. I mean, you're only there because you got to be there now anyway. And you about to graduate. Let's go.
I just don't understand why like people think that like just stay in school. For what? Why? What am I gonna get at school?
Mess around and get in trouble.
Wow, what from Trey Lance have you seen over Trevor Lawrence? I really don't get this stuff sometimes.
Yeah,
man.
So Sean, coming from someone who actually does like Trey Lance, Trevor Lawrence is it, bro. Like if it's no question. If you pick Trey Lance over Trevor Lawrence, you gonna get fired. Like your ass is gone. Now, to me personally, if you would have said Justin Fields, I'm right there with you because there's a lot of stuff in Justin Fields' game that I don't like as far as a passer. And Trey Lance and Justin Fields are pretty comparable on the mobility side of things. But just as a passer, I don't like a lot of Justin Fields' game. And so had you said that, I'm with you.
It's not just as
Trevor
a passer.
Lawrence, bro. Trevor Lawrence can pass, and that big long neck motherfucker, he can run too.
He's just an overall better quarterback, and it's not just passing; it's decision making, it's athleticism, big game experience. I'm like AJ said, if you were to take Lance over Lawrence, you probably would be fired. He's the sure pick. And even if you do take him and he doesn't pan out, they're still going to say you should have took him just to see. Because you just don't see prospects like this often.
I'm here with you on this one, Sean. I'm here with you on this one.
No, I like Trey Lance.
I like Trey Lance, but
we don't hate Trey Lance.
But look, let me tell you this. So hindsight looking back after this year's draft, if Justin Herbert or Tua is better than Joe Burrow, no one's gonna say the Bengals made a bad decision because at the time it's like, yo, Joe Burrow just came off the greatest college season anyone has ever seen. He solidified himself against top competition, beat Alabama through all these yards, and on tape it showed.
Too,
Trevor Lawrence showed you everything you needed to see on tape. There's no doubt about it. There's like, so if you pick Trevor Lawrence, you are fine. If he don't pan out, they'll be like, you know what? Maybe he just didn't have it. But if you pick Trey Lance,
Baker Mayfield,
or
it's Baker Mayfield, like Eric said.
I don't know about that, but that's a different conversation.
But segue, you mentioned Tua. So the Dolphins went ahead and said, Tua's our guy. What y'all think about that? Because
boy, Ryan Fitzpatrick was hurt like he ain't Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I was confused. Like you know what it was when you signed up. Like,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why Ryan Fitzpatrick was acting like, oh, this one just blindsided me, bro. You were a bridge. Don't go chasing waterfalls.
But I think he feel like I didn't burn that bridge yet. Like the bridge is still up. Like he felt like it's premature. So that's what he's saying. He know that I'm not the guy. But it's like normally when you're a bridge, you get out, you burn it, and then they say, okay, you're done. But it's like, oh, I wasn't even doing that bad, and you just pulling me. So, but maybe Tua's cooking up in practice.
But this is
Ike Taylor said something that was really like, smart and something that resonated to me. Ike Taylor said Ryan Fitzpatrick will give you 8 games.
Yep.
They may come in concession or they may be scattered.
Yep.
But after that, he's actually going to be Ryan Fitzpatrick. And so he was like, look, just go ahead and get 2 in there because it's almost like Ryan Fitzpatrick been pushed in his luck. So go ahead and get 2 in here because we know. And then guess what? If Tua go down, whatever the case may be, you still
have some of his luck. You still
got a little bit of magic left in the can.
But this is my thing. The fact that they waited till their bye week to do it seems like this was the plan all along. It's no way.
Exactly.
Like he played like a quarter at most against the Jets, and he came in the end. Like they mean to tell me that this was already the predetermined plan that. Okay, we determined your health was healthy enough to play. We're gonna wait till bring you in after the bye week. This seemed like already etched in stone. Nothing was already gonna change. Like, and you overachieved, Ryan Fitzpatrick, already. So good, 100%. Happy for you. And I do feel bad for you because you were playing well. I get it, and the Dolphins were playing well. But hey, listen, this seemed like it was already predetermined, bro. And you're Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so my whole thing was, it wasn't like they actually made a statement and said that we're bitching. It got leaked first. So it got leaked that Tua was going to be the starter, and then they had to get ahead of it. I believe Brian Flores was going to, pull him to the side and be like, look, we're going to give Tua this long week of preparation so that he can get ready, and we're going to use him going forward.
Would have hurt him.
And so
either way.
Exactly.
He would have been hurt.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. 1,
no one likes to be benched. 2, no one wants to be benched if they don't feel they've done anything to be benched. So I understand him being hurt. But I'm not telling the world that it hurt me ever. Never.
I'm saying it hurt. But shut up. It's similar to what we said about Tyrod. Tyrod, you knew what it was when you signed up, when they drafted Herbert. You knew it was only a matter of time before they inserted him and played.
But I didn't know you were going to sabotage me week 1.
You stuck a butter knife in my man's lungs, bro. What the hell you talking about?
Oh man, they call bad breaks, both of them.
It definitely some bad breaks.
Tyrod, your job is gone, and It remains to be seen what Tua does this week. Fitz, if you're gonna be gone for the rest of this year or not.
All Fitz got to do is just hush up. He can probably ride this thing out till he's 45.
I personally think Tua is injury prone. So Fitz,
Bro,
be patient.
hold that clipboard. It's coming.
Stay ready, man.
It's coming.
You still got 5 wins left on this season. that could you can use that when the time is right, man.
I think they gave the team they had a chance. They were going to say too.
Read it out loud, brother. Use those hooked on phonics.
Yeah.
Over there mumbling.
I think they gave the team if they had a chance at a good year. I think they was going to play Tua. If they take Fitz would still be playing. I kind of think the opposite to me.
Yeah.
I get why you think that, and it's not. I'm not saying you're wrong. I kind of think the opposite, in my opinion, though. I think if they were more so bad, I think they would have, seen what they had in Tua earlier than not. But it can go either way. I get it because this is my thing. If you're rolling and you got something, then why stop? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just me though. But I get why you got that point though. I get it.
Yeah, 100%. And my whole thing is like y'all 3-3 right now, and you still got a chance to make some noise in the AFC East. And I mean, look, how much of a confidence boost is it with your future be able to lead you somewhere? You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of what you have to do because once again, I mean, I hate to keep bringing my team into this, but it's like what I said. With Andy Dalton, we knew what we had. And, I was talking to Hill a lot and he was like, but, he's not that bad. Like, y'all just need to put the pieces around him and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, we've plateaued. That's it. And we need to get someone who can actually make plays. And now Hill believes me because guess what? He has to witness Andy Dalton firsthand.
The one game.
But hey, it's very fucking telling. Everything I said came to fruition.
It was it definitely you were 100% accurate with your assessment. It was a snowball. It was a snowball effect.
Yeah.
It was a snowball effect in that game, man.
He gonna get rolled up.
You can't judge him you can't just judge him off of that.
I can because
maybe you can. But you haven't seen him with these weapons. He also had his superstars back to back. Any quarterback would have got hurt right then.
Come on, bro.
Come on, man. He should be able to go there and lean on Zeke. Zeke should be a crutch for him.
He had 1,000-yard receivers when he was there. Hey, Eric, what's your question, bro?
Bro, go ahead, man. Come on, man.
Like I said, man. Eric, what's your question?
I'm just saying, Caddy, we got
I'm not saying that he's the greatest person, but I think that he can manage the team. I do.
I believe that too.
He can do it in the NFC East right now.
Hey, that's all he has to. That's all he has to do.
That's all he has to do.
When they get to the playoffs, bro, when the teams get good, he gonna be Andy Dalton, bro.
It's loud in Cowboy land. It's loud. Yeah, you can't sleep on nobody. Yeah. It's rumblings in the locker room. They don't know what we don't know. We don't believe in McCarthy. They don't believe in Nolan. Jerry Jones is drunk. And I mean, it's too loud. Can he calm that down? Can he be the one to calm that down?
Hell no.
I don't know. That's what
I don't know if anybody can calm that down. All that mess you just said.
Andy Dalton couldn't motivate me to make a sandwich, let alone win a football game. Like, no sir. Hey, Eric, you got your question for? Oh, here we go. AD stand 100%. He's already said that. That's not even a question.
He could shake up the world if he leave, though. But I don't think he's gonna leave. But I'm just saying, he could shake the world up.
I think AD might sign a long term in LA and stay for a while because once LeBron leave, you're gonna be a Laker, and if you get a couple more chips in LA, you going down in history.
He's never signing a long term deal till the end.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like he's gonna pull the Bron plan, but then when Bron leave, he gonna sign that long-term deal and be like, I'm a Laker.
That's when that's when he's especially not going to sign a long-term deal because he's going to wait for them to acquire some more talent. He's going to have to have somebody else. And if they don't, he's going to have to keep putting pressure on the franchise. Come on now.
It's the Bron effect. I get what you're saying.
Rich Paul is his agent. And it's the best way to do it. Yeah. And it's the best way to do it. Giannis has already put the pressure on Milwaukee. And if he doesn't sign the extension this offseason, that's going to let them know that they need to either go for the gusto and find somebody.
Trade.
They got to find something. They're going to have to find something.
Or let them walk with nothing, which is the worst that you can do.
Yeah. I ain't letting them walk.
Not me.
Let you know
who's a realistic
first round pick?
Who's a realistic option for the Bucks to acquire to keep Giannis?
You can pull a piece together. You could try to go get they probably won't do it in the conference. You could go try to go get Oladipo. You could go try to put a package together, probably go get a bill. You can go try to
you can get a bill. I don't want Giannis. Giannis would be a fool to go to DC.
You could put some pieces packages together. They keep floating this Warriors package out together. And if you're the Heat, are you gonna wait if Tua come by? You gonna go get him? Go for the gusto and go get him.
What you gonna give to get him? Put your package together here on the spot. Put it together.
You got to go give up Bam. You got to give up Duncan Robinson. You got to give up anybody other than Jimmy and Tyler Hero. Those are two people. Everybody
Kendrick Nunn in there.
That's what I said. Anybody other than how many they want?
Whatever you need.
Hey,
whatever you want.
If I'm in the back of the draft, but I don't give a damn about these draft.
And so you go to your big three will be Hero, Jimmy, and Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
And you try to rob Pelinka that.
And you can do it because Pat Riley
the thing that I don't like about Jimmy and Giannis is, I know Jimmy's not a ball hog and, he don't necessarily got to be a scorer to be effective. But I just think that would just give you, like I said, in today's NBA, it's going to give you a lack of shooting. And I think that'll make it difficult. Because that's why we telling the Sixers get somebody who can shoot. You dig what I'm saying?
But Hero is going to continue to shoot more, and then you bring in, like we just said, you're gonna have to Pat Riley or Rob Pelinka this thing, and so you're gonna have to bring in the other pieces necessary. We're not saying it's complete yet, but they're gonna have to bring in some role players who can shoot. And like I said. In past, you weren't here, so you probably didn't even listen to that episode. I
did,
but I said, one thing about Giannis, he is willing to add pieces to his game. We've 100%. Seen it. We've seen it.
We don't know how soon that's gonna happen.
I'm not saying soon, but what we do know from when he first came into the league, from now, every year he's been a better shooter. And so if he continues to trend in that direction, he's going to continue to be a better shooter. And like I said before, that's going to leave us into 4 or 5 years where we're saying Giannis might be a knockdown shooter by then if he continues to work on his game, which based off his work ethic, I don't see no reason why he can't do it. And I don't even like Giannis.
And kind of like you sold me on DeRozan going to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You match up Jimmy with Giannis. You can't just load up and just try to build a wall because they can you build an offense. The 2-man game with Dell is going to be crazy, and you just can't just stop there. And then the transition is going to be crazy. And then 2 defensive wizards. Come on now,
and then Hero with the pick and roll with Giannis. Come on now, and Giannis can actually run the pick. He could be the point guard in the pick and roll.
The 2-man on that is crazy.
Yeah, that'd be nasty.
But
so. As far as the defending champs, who the fuck y'all gonna get in return for Danny Green to improve this team? Because y'all had a good conversation, but Danny Green got to go.
We said he got to go, but I honestly don't feel he's good trade bait, and I'm just putting myself in the opposing GM shoes. I don't want Danny Green on my team.
Nobody.
I don't see my team getting better by adding Danny Green unless it's to throw away cap space or
Send his
or
ass
something like
send
that.
his ass to the
But
Knicks for cash considerations.
I do think there's a world. Is Danny Green still under contract, Hill?
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's a world where Danny Green can still be a role player, but you do have to bring in another guy who
Yeah,
can
Morris can stay.
play that role that Danny Green played this year, and Danny Green would in turn go into more of a relief role or when this person is injured role.
thank
So
you. I'm with that, Candy, because I'm sitting there like I really don't see us realistically trading him.
Yeah.
because nobody
Getting
wants.
getting and getting anything with that what's significant overvalue. So it's
Yeah,
like just go ahead and keep him. Just try to find some type of free agent that you can just lessen his role, and the less role that you give him, maybe the more that you may get out of him.
yeah. I'll be trying to, be trying to come up with some logic. That was a good question, though, AJ. Good question, man.
Because like I said, I listened to last week's episode, and I just had the because somebody don't think that somebody don't how I'm not gonna be a supporter.
Oh no, we need that. We need that one.
Yeah, put that on the screen. Yeah.
Oh, I can do that. Oh, I can do
Yeah,
it
you
too.
can do it too.
What about Giannis? Hold
Nah,
on. Why I can't do it then?
I don't know. I don't know why you ain't got the capability. I don't know why you ain't got the
Maybe I can. Maybe I just never tried. All right.
Oh man,
What about Giannis to the Mavs? And where you think Melo and D Howard will land? I honestly, okay, let me say, listen, any formidable team that would look like they were making strides in the bubble, if you add Giannis to them, I think it could work.
Bubble
I
Sun.
really think Giannis is a very versatile player, and I think his work ethic will allow him to fit in multiple situations because of his skill sets on offense and defense. Now, you asked about Melo. I truly think that Melo is going to stay in Portland. Nobody was willing to give Melo a chance in the NBA
Bron could get him.
For almost 2 years. And Portland reached out, and not only did they reach out, they didn't try to disrespect him. They gave him a formidable role. They let him have minutes. They let him contribute, and Melo was able to show the world what we here at Three Man Weave already knew is that Melo could still ball in the NBA. Dwight Howard, where will he land? I think he'll come back to LA if they want him back. My philosophy is if you go on a championship run, you should try to keep those key parts. And Howard was a key part as a big in the front court, so I would try to bring him back because who we gonna replace him with?
I think if I'm the Mavs, I'm definitely gonna wait for Giannis to be free agent because I need him.
You don't have to lose nothing.
Yeah, I need him with Luka, and I need him with Porzingis. I need that big three. I don't want to give up nothing because I get that big three right there because they fit so well on paper. That's championship right then and there. I would like that move, but I'm not trading nothing for him if I'm down. I'm gonna just wait because I think I have Luka. I finally have a superstar in the making,
and they're young.
And I feel like that's real enticing for a free agent. So Melo, I do believe that Melo will definitely stay back in Portland, and believe Portland will get they'll get Rodney Hood back healthy. They'll get a lot of their players that they had hurt back, and they'll be healthy, and they'll be definitely a force to be reckoned with if they run it back. Or this may be a factor cap moment. If the Knicks somehow acquire Chris Paul, I did see a report that Melo will go back to New York to pair with him.
Don't you ever, Melo. Don't you go back to be ball hell.
That just sounds like a New York report.
It does. It absolutely does.
And I think I can see him coming to LA. I can see them righting their wrong. They should have picked him up last year. But I think we'll also have to give up. I think that'll happen if we give up a lot. Let's say we make up a big old monster trade. Let's say we get Chris Paul.
What's Avery Bradley contract? Is he coming back next? Or is he a free agent?
Hold on, and what you think about Howard before you move on, Hill?
I seen the report that I said that the Warriors are looking at him. I think a team like he'll either go to the Warriors or he'll return back to LA. But I think that he did. I think he accomplished what he wanted to accomplish already. He's a champion. He showed that he's you know damn. He showed humility. So I feel that he can go ahead and accomplish where he really wants to go. And I think he wants to stay in that good culture that will utilize his strength. So I definitely I can see him going.
He came up big.
I can see him going.
I think he like Frank, man. Frank know how to work with him.
Yeah, I can see him coming back because he has a role and he knows his role, and his role won't change no matter who we acquire.
Know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni. I need another drink.
Yeah, I should have.
I'm a little empty. Have we ever taken like a brief intermission on the podcast?
But then you were bringing up a trade. You were talking about a potential trade either for Melo and righting their wrongs or bringing CP3 into LA.
You know how they said they would give up all. It had to give up so much to get CP3.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we do that, then I can see them easily getting Melo to replace, let's say, a Kuzma or somebody. So I can see that being happy. But the way we are currently constructed now, I just see him staying with Portland because he has a role with Portland. He knows his role in Portland, and he'll be better in Portland the way that he played. Just off of how everything is currently constructed now.
If they would have got Melo last year, are they stupid? Were they stupid last year?
Who?
Every team that passed on Melo.
Yes, they were stupid.
Any team that was a potential contender could have had signed Melo and got over the hump if the way that Melo looked.
But they were still stuck on the narrative.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why we're here to change it.
But you as a player have to change that narrative as well. You have to embrace what they're saying about you and negate that. Like Dwight went through the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dwight went through the same thing and he changed it. Now he's in a position to go. He might get paid.
Yeah.
I actually think Dwight will get paid off the simple fact that he just came in, shut the hell up, played his job, and did everything that the team asked for him. And then guess what? Whenever Dwight goes somewhere, they can be like, he can bring championship culture. How many times you heard of a free agent coming somewhere and be like, he brings a championship pedigree? That get motherfuckers paid.
All right, so we talk Lakers and what they could potentially do. It wouldn't be right if we talk Lakers and then talk Celtics.
I thought we talked Double Suns.
It was a lot of upset Celtic fans this year about how their season ended. So what you think? I mean, I saw it coming too. We saw it coming.
We did.
But what do you think they need to do? Because we talked about the Heat, we talked about the Bucks, we talked about a lot of teams. What do the Celtics need to do?
Well, they already said the one thing we told them to do that they're not going to do. We told them to go ahead and get rid of Gordon Hayward.
And what did AJ say? AJ said it would never happen. Hell will freeze over.
Boston is not getting rid of Gordon Hayward.
They already negated that.
He was 100% correct.
Yeah.
AJ said it first, and then the reports from Boston came out a week later. Like they just say, you know what? AJ's right. We cannot get rid of this guy, man.
But they need a stretch. They need a I think they just need to stretch big. I think they actually do need a stretch. And I think, like I said before, I think they need to try to find a way, either try to find get Kevin Love or try to go get Blake Griffin.
Yeah, we did say that. We said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blake.
They have the system. I think
they Al Horford. That was good.
Al Horford is dumb, bro.
I think he could.
But it's just I get the simple fact that
he definitely.
I've seen a report that they say they need a point guard. They need a facilitating point guard.
Oh, the Celtics.
Yeah, I don't agree with that because they have an offensive system that it moves the ball. Everybody,
and they have ball handlers, so it's like it don't necessarily have to be a point guard.
Yeah.
As long as the ball moving, like you said, and the ball does move with them, and they're very unselfish. They all of their starting five was passing that rock.
Yeah, I think a big, like a quality big, like a Kevin Love or a Blake Griffin, will settle the offense down. Like sometimes they can just get an easy bucket right now. Like we don't
Blake
have
Griffin would be a serious move.
I like that move. I like that for the Celtics. But I mean, run it back.
Blake Griffin got to get somewhere, man. He gotta get somewhere where he can. I'm pretty sure he want to.
I mean, of course, but I mean, I think like Hill said, I think Kevin Love makes the most sense because not only is Kevin Love going to stretch the floor, Kevin Love is white, and Boston loves white players. And this is not to bring race into it. This is to bring facts into it. When you get into Boston, why do you think Boston fans love Gordon Hayward, Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, Rob Gronkowski, Rob Ninkovich, Teddy Bruschi? Because this is what they enjoy. And so, especially in basketball, Larry Bird, Larry Legend, and we all kind of know like what goes on in Boston. We heard the Boston Red Sox fans what they even called their own players. So when they can get one of their own, man, listen, I'm gonna tell you, Boston will embrace Kevin Love. Kevin Love will just fall into his role. He will understand, hey, Jason Tatum, this is your team, but I'm the star.
Kevin Love ain't been playing no defense because there's no point for him to play defense where he's been at. And he's just trying to save his body so he can go somewhere and make a run or at least just have some legitimate years left. He don't want to be where he's at. And that's referring to Chris. Chris has said Kevin Love ain't playing no defense, man.
But who in the NBA really is? Kevin Love still gonna get you your rebounds.
And your outlet passes, like we said.
He gonna start that outlet pass. He'll get that rebound, palm that beat. Hey, look, man, that's all you need.
He's not a
that elbow jumper, but he's not gonna let his man have it easy. And that's like you said here.
He ain't gonna be Enes Kanter.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. He's not a liability. So as long as you're not a liability, it's cool. We can figure something else out.
And you put him on a better team, he might want to play a little bit more D. Everybody know defense is yes, you have to want to. And when your team sucks, do you want to really play defense? No, you don't. Come on now. Now when you balling and the shot falling, like you like, oh, let's strap up.
But
yeah, but what about in Cleveland? Did we say anything about the defense in Cleveland? No. And then LeBron point, he was on a better team. You keep naming all the trash teams and see why he's not producing.
Kevin Love locked up Steph Curry.
You feel what I'm saying? Talk about it.
Kevin Love locked up Steph Curry. You think Kevin Love gonna lock up Steph Curry in Minnesota?
Kevin Love was scared to death on that island with Steph, man.
Yeah, everything he could.
Everything he was like active hands.
If I see one more report from the Warriors trying to trade for another star, I'm going to scream.
Yeah, I'm sick of it.
It's pathetic.
Put your boys out there and go run, man.
If they go out there try to acquire another star, I'm diminishing some. I'm knocking some points off somebody's legacy off rip. Never.
What?
Hold on. Where Eric from?
Town.
Hey. But you know what? I honestly, it's really growing into a metropolitan area. The 757 really is. It's grown a lot since we left there, Hill. Every time I go back, I'm amazed. They've tried several times, but just the location where they are on the east and the Atlantic coastal area, it's just too many big cities. You got, they would go Richmond before they went 757 for a sports team. But then you got Northern Virginia, you got DC, you got Baltimore, you got Philadelphia, you got Pittsburgh, you got New Jersey and New York. So it's like,
And then North Carolina ain't too far down the road.
North Carolina, like you said, you got Charlotte down the road. So it's like Newport News and Portsmouth and Norfolk and Chesapeake are always going to get just overlooked. It just is.
And it's not, and then I get what you're saying, where it's nothing but studs coming out of the 757.
A lot of studs coming out
I'm
of there.
I'm gonna tell you like this though. It's a lot of studs coming out of cities that don't got sports teams. It just is what it is. Y'all gonna just be a factory for Virginia Tech, ACC schools, and a couple of y'all can go down to some SEC schools. That's about it, bro. Like, hey, you got to be happy with Clips, Missy, Timberland, and Magoo.
Bird.
Okay, so now I don't like that. So can we haven't done this in a while.
What's
we
up?
Haven't done this in a while. We haven't talked boxing in a while, brother.
Say less. What's up?
Your boy, he had a fight Saturday.
100%. And he
looked
lost the hell. Didn't throw no punches.
Right? For all the supporters that we're talking about the Lomachenko fight, And
for me personally,
hold on, no. That's not. Don't just say the Lomachenko fight. Let's get it right. The pound for pound best, so-called best. What they said. Lomachenko, Vasily Lomachenko did not show up and didn't look nothing like a pound for pound best to me.
100%.
Nothing.
100%.
I underestimated T-Lo.
And the thing about me with Teofimo Lopez coming in, he gonna hit, and I like that. I like fighters that hit. Just like I was sending you the Leo Santa Cruz stuff. Mm-hmm. He hit. I like whenever I see a fighter who gonna come in there and he gonna put his head down, he gonna stand in front of you, he gonna make you box. I'm always his supporter. That's why I love Pacquiao, because what Pacquiao gonna do? Pacquiao gonna stand in front of you and he gonna throw them things. Mm-hmm. And usually, Lomachenko, he let his hands fly. He gonna hit you. And
against lesser opponents, and that's what I've been saying.
But Cannon, I can't say lesser opponents, because if we're talking about that division, you look at Lomachenko's resume. His resume is better.
He had 13 fights, 13 professional fights when they named him pound for pound the best in the world. How is that possible?
Because the reason why I said
that Devin Haney's undefeated. But 20 plus fights.
But who's Devin Haney's best fight?
Listen.
But that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Kenny. That's all I'm saying.
Lomax don't have that many great fights. And here's the thing.
He hasn't.
People like Lomachenko have been ducking Devin Haney. He's been trying to fight him for 2 years. And he's ducked him, and he purposely ducked him and picked Lopez because he thought that was an easier fight. And that's why I'm glad that T-Lo served him up. Serves you right for ducking. And T-Lo says, guess what? I ain't ducking. He said, Tank, Devin Haney, let's do it. And I hope it's not just talk. I hope for Hill's sake, because Hill hates boxing business, that these fights get made. And because I don't understand how anyone can be pound for pound and cherry pick through the division. For Floyd, when Floyd was older,
I can't let you say he's cherry picked when he's all like when 14's fight, he's fought Gary Russell Jr., Orlando Salido, he's fought fucking Guillermo Rigondeaux, Jorge Linares, Jose Pedraza, Luke Campbell, Nicholas Walters, and then Teofimo Lopez. Those are all top fighters. Those were all guys who held belts. So when he came into it, he jumped into title fights. So I get what y'all saying.
I really gotta tell you what I think about Gary Russell.
But Devin Haney has not
named Gary Russell.
But Devin Haney has not fought nobody better than Gary Russell.
Because they're ducking him. And I just explained, just like Lomachenko won't fight him. You see what I'm saying? Lomachenko won't fight him, and he was supposedly pound for pound the best. So if the pound for pound best is running from this dude, why would people who are not the pound for pound best try to fight him. People don't want that knocked off in boxing, and that's the culture, and that's the exact culture that Lomachenko was perpetrating, bro. And that's why I'm glad he got knocked off. And I've been trying to tell you that about him for 2 years.
I don't understand why Lomachenko was trying to protect his O when he didn't have an O.
And that's what I'm saying. You can't say he's protecting his O when he already has that. What I'm saying is,
I'm saying fighters do that, not necessarily Lomachenko, but that's the culture in boxing.
No, Cannon. Who's Devin Haney's best fight so far?
Bro, it doesn't matter.
But that's what I'm saying. Like so to me, it's like Devin Haney. Devin Haney is an up and comer, but Devin Haney isn't the best fight.
And so was Lopez was also an uppercut.
Fight. Gervonta Davis's camp wasn't trying to get Lomachenko in the ring.
Prior to this fight, Lopez was also an undefeated up and comer, bro.
So why didn't Devin Haney and Lopez fight? Because those two would have been a better fight.
They were trying to work it. They were really about to work it. And then Lopez said that he couldn't turn down the Lomachenko fight, and I wouldn't turn that down neither.
So that's what I'm saying. So how is? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. You won't go do it.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about. Because
that is what it's all about.
You can't say Lomachenko is ducking Devin Haney when
I said it's the culture, bro.
There's no Devin, like to me, when Devin Haney hasn't fought us like anyone of note, why would I spend my time fighting Devin Haney? Like you fight somebody important first.
Then just beat him.
Like why? You're not gonna get me no money.
But this is my thing, right? You're saying that
no money.
Bro, they had the bag on the table. Al Heyman and them had the bag on the table, bro.
If anything, Lopez, the best fight for Lopez was Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis camp, and I believe Leonard Ellison was not trying to put Tank Davis in the ring with Lomachenko. So my whole thing is like, bro, Devin Haney
wasn't trying to fight Tank.
Tank is clearly we understand Tank is clearly cherry picking. We understand but we're not specifically just talking about Tank.
I'm talking about in general, bro. I'm just talking about the best fights to be made.
But it's
even Tank and Devin Haney wasn't the best fight to be made.
My whole thing, I remember when we talked a long time ago about
some of these fights that Tank been making.
You can't cherry pick for so long.
Exactly, and so it's gonna always come up to you. But that's what I've always said. And so that's what I'm saying. It's just like it's things in boxing have been fucked up, and y'all always know who I blame it on.
But I don't understand why you can blame it on him because everybody can't beat him.
Only half his career.
Hold on. But remember when I said Brian gave everybody the blueprint and nobody follows it? Because everybody was like, I can't do what Brian do. You are not Mayweather. You are not getting these paydays that he are getting. Him cherry picking is his payday. I don't
went through the gauntlet first, though, and that's what people forget.
They always neglect that, Cannon. They always neglect that part. He built his way up to start cherry picking.
He built his way up, and then he started, and that's my thing. So it's like Lomax don't have enough. But it don't matter because you know what? He's no longer pound for pound the best. So I'm done with that. Like I've known for years, as soon as he faced a quality opponent that was young and not old, you see what will happen.
You check his resume.
And I ain't sold on nobody. Now listen, if you beat Gary Russell,
that's all I'm saying. Lomachenko has a better resume than a lot of fighters in his division. So in his division, Lomachenko was the top dog. He has a better resume than Tank Davis. He has a better record than Devin Haney. He has a better record than even Teofimo Lopez. So he was the top dog in that division, and that's usually what they go by off of the pound for pound rankings.
But if nobody, and that's my thing, if nobody's willing to fight, then of course there's only going to be one top dog, and that's like Mark Jackson said. That's why boxing sucks now, and that's why UFC. They always give people the fight that they want. They put the top people against each other, and they don't play around, man. And it's
in UFC, you can have 17 losses on your resume. If you're coming off of 5 straight wins against the top dog, guess what? You only
you send a tweet in UFC, you might get your fight booked. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't ducking no smoke, bro. That's what I'm saying.
The thing. But here's the difference between boxing and UFC. In UFC, Dana White makes the fights. In boxing, you have
lots of people,
top rank. You have Golden Boy. You have Matchbox. You have Al Heyman and his team. And then guess what? Then you have the WBC. Then you have the WBO. Then you have the WBA. Then you have the IBF. Then you have the IBO. So then not only do you have all these boxing promotion companies, then you have all these sanctioning bodies who have to make the fights as well. Yeah. So that's why it's always nobody's like now. When and I think it was in 2009, we wanted the Mayweather and Pacquiao.
Too many people in the pot.
Yeah, we wanted the fight.
Too many people in the pot.
We didn't get the Mayweather Pacquiao fight till what, 2014?
Yeah.
Because it's like you can't say, like, you don't have Dana White saying, hey, Mayweather, this is the guy. He's the top dog that I think is gonna whoop your ass. Fight him. No, it's like, oh, I'm gonna take these fights now. Like, you know, I'm still gonna get my money.
I get the simple fact of building your fight, building some of these mega fights up, building some of your fighters up. I get that. I'm not so naive to the fact that I don't understand boxing business that far.
Yeah,
but when it gets to the fact that it's starting to neglect some of these fighters, like some of these fights that we need to see, like at some point somebody got to step in. Like some of these mandatories need to really be enforced, and they need to be mandatory.
It can't be mandatory if you're the WBO mandatory fighter, but then he got an IBF belt too, and he's like, I'm just gonna fight the IBF number one contender.
We could go figure all this shit out. That's all I'm saying, man.
On Saturdays.
This is all up. All right, T-Lo said, I ain't ducking nothing. Feel what I'm saying? He not ducking nothing.
Until his promotion company be like, hey, you know what?
But listen, is he a household name?
He is now.
He is now.
But that was my point. He was not prior, and that. So it's like, bro, if you're pound for pound the best, and you're running around here picking non-household names and trying to play them off like their main events. Yes, they're main events. Because
how many times have done that, bro? Like, look here, right here. Chris Brooks said,
and I hate that about pound for pound fighters.
And that's what I'm saying. So you can't just say it like now. Like
Floyd earned his way. They didn't get Floyd. Floyd didn't have that 14 professional fights.
But bro, before that, Floyd had only fight 2 fighters in their prime.
Bro, it doesn't matter, bro.
Stop comparing y'all to Floyd. Y'all are not. Floyd was his own promotion.
Game in general, bro.
But
that's
Floyd
what it is.
But which is what I'm saying.
Bro, they crowned
Lomachenko
too early, bro.
All I'm saying is T-Lo is not a household name, and he's becoming a household name, right? And he said he's ready to duck. He's not ready to duck smoke. So let's put his foot to the fire. Can we see if this formula is the new formula?
Yeah, I hope so.
You feel what I'm saying? Let's stop trying to go with some formula that ain't working for everybody else.
Canelo don't duck smoke. That's work for him.
You feel what I'm saying? Canelo signed that deal.
He don't. But even before then, he fought Floyd. Like he's.
But that's the thing. That's why I said when Canelo fought Floyd, Canelo's best. I say this all the time. Canelo's best fight was Austin.
Keep going.
Well, he brought up Canelo, bro. I'm just saying, like, yo.
I brought up Canelo because Canelo he don't duck, bro.
And he wants everybody their best now. We talk about Canelo now. He not going through no Floyd formula. He wants smoke. But we talk about people that want smoke. Like I said, we want to keep. And that's why I'm blaming Mayweather. It's easy to keep blaming Mayweather. It's easy to keep blaming Mayweather. Oh, Mayweather did this. Mayweather did that. We talk about y'all. Y'all think Mayweather.
He built the culture. He's the one that picked
out other culture. It's other culture, bro. It's other people.
Like, bro, he's the one that got people to take these fights, and he's the one who people say like, "Oh, my path to greatness is to finish undefeated."
And I'm not mad at him for that because, like I said, the first part of Floyd's career, people don't understand. he didn't duck. Like, he climbed his way through the ranks. And after he did that, and after he solidified the belt and he was older, yes, he decided, but he was in position to. Like, you can't be 22 doing that. You see what I'm saying? Floyd was 31 when he started doing that, bro. Like, are y'all serious? And that's why a lot of people, they're new to boxing. Like, they don't remember, like, in 01, me and Cannon, like, we were having boxing parties back then in 01. So it's like Floyd been doing this, and he wasn't a ducker, bro. Like, that's the latter part of his career. And if you're gonna have longevity in the sport, you're gonna have to do that at some point. But what I don't want to see you is doing that just coming out the gate like you're the greatest.
Who Manny ducked?
Nobody.
Who Spence ducked?
Nobody.
Who Canelo ducking?
But they're at the top.
Who Bud ducked?
But
you feel what I'm saying? I'm naming people, and I'm the casual boxer fan. Like, you can get these things going on, but it's easy to say, "Oh, Floyd ducked it, and he built the culture." It's other people trying to fight, and you can build these fights.
But guess what? People can say Spence is ducking people because he's not taking certain fights because at the time he don't feel like it's that fight. People can say,
but he's fought the number one contender consistently.
That's what I'm saying. People,
he ain't been ducking.
People can say why is Spence taking Mikey Garcia fight?
He had to take him. Yeah,
but no, he didn't have to fight Mikey Garcia.
But I mean,
Garcia came up 2 weight classes.
Yeah, and that was a money grab, but that's also the fight that people wanted to see.
Because he's ducked competition.
But he
was a fight that people wanted to see.
But he was ducked. Spence was ducked. So now y'all ducking me. Okay, now I'm big dog.
Your fights at 154 for Spence.
But he put himself in position to, like Cannon said, he put his position to pick whoever he want to fight now. He ain't ducking no smoke, though. Yeah, he took Mikey as a money grab, and then who he fought after that? Then he fight Sean Porter?
Sean Porter, and now he's fighting Danny Garcia. So he's fighting everybody.
And before his accident, did he want Manny? Did he want Manny?
His ass whooped.
Yeah, he is. But still, Danny is still, like you said, when I said that the lightweight division was trash, and you named people like Gary Russell, okay, then it's Danny Garcia is a top contender in his division, bro. So it's like he ain't ducking, like you said, like for Lomax.
It's crazy. Like, we keep trying to blame somebody else for these other men making these decisions.
I'm not blaming nobody. I'm talking about the culture. I'm talking about the shit in boxing set.
We can change his culture.
Lomax didn't fight Mikey. Lomax could have fought Mikey.
Because Mikey is up at 147 now.
But before he was at 130, bro, and he ducked him.
Because Mikey Garcia is moving.
That's why he went up for Spence. Because he said Lomachenko don't want to fight me, so I got to go up now.
Because what I'm saying is because when Mikey Garcia wanted to fight Lomachenko, when Lomachenko wanted to fight Mikey Garcia, guess what?
He was on a layoff. Probably. He might have been on a layoff. Mikey did take a layoff to get his business right.
Mikey's been known to take 2 years off from boxing
because he had to get his boxing business right. He was in a bad contract.
And that's what I'm saying. You can't say that you hate boxing business, and then when people go about boxing business, then
I don't hate it. I don't understand it, but fighters do have some say so. Like if you're a top fighter, you can say Spence can go to Al Heyman and say, "Bro, I want such and such. Make it happen." He can say, "I want Charlo at 154," and it can happen.
Say no, then what? But then if Al Heyman say no, then
Al Heyman that's not going to tell one of his top dogs no, man. Unless it's no way to make money.
It's like Canelo with DAZN. It's a reason why Canelo is suing DAZN because they're not giving him the fights that he wants.
Yeah, because they can't. With some of the promoters, they can't. But if it's an Al Heyman fight and it's a promoters that we can make it happen, let's make it happen. Of course, they're not going to be able to do everything, but there's some fighters out here, like Hill said, that want some smoke, and we can get that. And Canelo's been doing that.
You can get this business handled. Like you not about to keep telling me that okay, Canelo want to fight this, but nah, we can't get an agreement, so now he can come fight me.
Bro, how many
we not gonna keep doing this with boxing. We're not gonna keep letting these off the hook. You promoters is trash. These boxers is punks. We're not gonna keep letting it off the hook. And we're not gonna keep blaming it. No, we're not gonna keep doing that shit.
I don't like these promoters either. I've just come to an understanding that this is
just say it. I just want to hear you say it. Lomachenko is not pound for pound the best, Cannon. You were right.
Lomachenko is not pound for pound the best, but guess what? He's still a top dog in his division.
He's a top dog. He's definitely a top dog, and I never denied that. But I feel like pound for pound should some longevity should have to take place before you get that title.
With the people that he's beat, there was a case for it. Then he got beat. So you not pound for pound no more.
Those people had names. They all were not elite when he fought them.
They were all belt holders. They were all title
They
holders.
were because the division was in bad shape. Kind of like the all right. But
I can get a belt.
We had 125, so we got
to give it up. But you just said WBC, WBF, the ABC, CBS, all that. Everybody got a belt.
And then they be multiple belts at weight classes. There'd be franchise champions, super champions, all these things. So it's like the belts can be had. So it's like it's easy sometimes for people to become a world champion and not necessarily had to put in the work like we were used to people doing back in the day, like when Roy Jones became champion or when Floyd first became champion. Like it took a while for that to happen. Now people become a champion with 12 fights under their belt. World champion. Like that's wild to me.
And just like that, our producer has chimed in. We've reached our time limit. Sometimes we get a little worked up. We sorry. We'll have to table some of these discussions for next week, fellas. I appreciate that. This is episode 83.
Real.
You know y'all can catch us on all major podcast platforms, 3Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3Man Weave _. You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the new format is coming. Back to cap is coming. We're gonna figure that out. We definitely could have used it tonight. Could have breezed through a lot of things.
Last topic.
Yeah, we're gonna figure that out for next week. I'm Hill, that's AJ, that's Cannon, and we out.